Hello everybody and welcome back to the A-Side. I am your host, Riley, and today it is a hot day in New York, but it's an even hotter day in the world of music. We've got a lot of new releases today and a lot of things I want to cover. New Waterparks album, new Olivia Rodrigo album, new Dream single, and so much more came out today. But the focus of this video is something I'm very excited to be reacting to. That is Scaled and Icy by 21 Pilots. And I bought the CD before I even heard the album. I'm a huge fan of this band, so keep that in mind going in. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe. And let's get started. Leave a like. Anyway, I'm so excited to react to this. I'm a huge fan, so keep that in mind while going into this album. And I don't know what else to say. So let's get going with the first track, Good Day. I know this album's going to be a little bit of a more popular direction, so we'll see. And I have some lyrics in front of me, too, if I need to consult them. Ooh, pretty pianos. Oh, wow, this is... okay. Already? This is very, very bright for 21 Pilots, and I know that's the direction of this album. It's supposed to be, like, demo propaganda or some shit like that. But... lore or not, does the music hold up? We'll see. A song called Good Day being this bright and happy is a little on the nose, especially for Tyler Joseph. But, let's see. We're a couple of seconds in. Huh. I like it. This is extremely 80s. Maybe even like late 70s. Like almost like maybe like a Billy Joel. It's fun though. The pianos sound great. Tyler's falsetto sounds great. This is so bright and so positive. And it's just putting such a smile on my face. 21 Pilots isn't a band that's always super bright and super positive. They're not. It's just, I mean, maybe positive, but not super bright or happy or upbeat. Usually they talk about, like, depression and anxieties and all these things weighing on you. Whereas this song is just really cheerful and bright and happy. And I like that because it reflects where they are in their lives. You know, Tyler's got married. He has a kid. Josh is engaged to Debbie. And, you know, there's some good points in their life overall. And, of course, the music is going to reflect that. And you have to expect artists to grow and change as people. I mean, Trench is a pretty dark album. And the darkness kind of is going to be expelled from Tyler a bit because he got that all out on Trench and is now in a much better place in his life. You can expect the same thing over and over again because artists are people and they grow and change and go through different things. They're going to want to pull them in different directions, both sonically and lyrically. And I think they're using the whole demo propaganda as an excuse to pursue a bit of a poppier, brighter direction. Let's continue. It's a bop. Maybe I'm just a simp for this band. I know it's hard to believe me, but it's a good day. Huh. Okay. I really like the vibe of this album so far. Maybe it's what I needed, you know? Josh is such a good drummer. Ooh, this is definitely very 80s kind of pop. I like that chorus a lot. It's big and grand, and just filled with like sunshine and good feelings. Reminds me of Ringo, actually. I don't know why. I'm getting a Ringo vibe from this. Like an octopus's garden, just very like bright and positive. It just is giving me a very like similar feel to like something Ringo would write. Alright, that was first track, Good Day. And I have to say, I'm very impressed. I know a lot of people were worried this album was going to be boring going into it, and sure, it's not as dark as Trench, or it doesn't have the same kind of juxtaposition of something like Regional at Best, or Vessel. You know, it's not as dramatic as Self-Titled, but it's got a very bright pop appeal to it. And it doesn't need to be super dark, it doesn't need to be like the old albums, because Tyler and Josh are different people, and I think this reflects very well where they are in their life, and it's just a great, happy banger, and a great way to open up the album. Now, here's going to be my rating scale. I'm just going to go with the simple rating scale of green folder if it's good, red folder if it's bad, black folder if it's meh, as the last couple of videos have been. Anyway, I'm going to give Good Day a green folder. I really liked that song. It was fun. It reminded me a lot of the 80s and almost like Ringo and Billy Joel a bit. Great pianos, a big chorus, and Tyler's falsetto sounded really nice as well. Anyway, we've already reacted to Choker, but I'm going to listen to it again for context of the album, and yeah, so. I was a bit mad in the song at first, but I think it's grown on me a little bit. I definitely think the drumming's really good. I'll probably cut most of this song out because I've already reacted to it. I like this part still. Not as interesting as Good Day, but it's still a pretty good track. It's alright. Definitely solid. I like it more than when I originally reacted to it, for sure. And I love this part. When it just strips back. Very, like, Truce-esque. That part really reminds me of Truce, and I love Truce, and I love Vessel, so... I love this part so much. It reminds me so much of Regional at Best. Alright, that was Choker. I'm going to give Choker green as well. I think it's a little bland in some places, but it's grown on me a lot since the initial reaction. I love the rap part near the end. It reminds me so much of Regional at Best. Definitely the highlight of the song, but the song's pretty alright overall. But like I said, I've already reacted to it, so not too much to say. And the next song is another song I've heard quite a few times, actually, which is Shy Away. One of my favorite songs this year. I love this song. I did a reaction to it as well, which most of you saw. So let's just listen to Shy Away. I love this song. From the drums to the peppy synths, I just love this song. Shed your modesty. It's about Tyler Joseph's brother, his music. I love this song. Don't you shy away. Shy away. Feeling just like an I love you. Woo-hoo. Like a song he wrote was never heard. I love this song. Guitar solo, brand new for 21 Pilots. I mean, the first song they used electric guitar in was Level of Concern in 2020, so... You shy away. And the song has like great melodies. It's so catchy too. The song gets stuck in my head. and I love you. Ooh, ooh. Like a song he wrote, was never heard. And there's a little bit of aggression here. So emotional. Classic Tyler Joseph. Josh Dun is such an underrated drummer. I fucking love this song so much. Feeling just like an I love you. Now, I've already done a full video on Shy Away and a full reaction, so I don't have too much to say new to add to it. It's just a great song. So catchy, the drums are so good, Tyler's vocals sound amazing. If you, go back and listen to No Fun Intended, and then listen to now, just how much of a vocalist he's grown as. He sounds amazing here. Everything just sounds so good. The production is great, and it's just so catchy, too. It gets lodged in your head, and it's a very sweet song. So I'm going to give Shy Away the green folder. It's one of my favorite songs this year. Anyway, some new stuff now, The Outside. This album's gonna be very cohesive, isn't it? All these synths have been very similar, kind of tone-wise, but I like it. Ooh! These guitars are almost like Gorillaz-y. Very, weird and quirky sounding. I'm not bored, Tyler Joseph. Oh, the bass, the vocals. This is very Gorillaz. That little synth line there, the reminds me of a lot of Song Machine. It's cool though. I like it. The staccato, the up and down, the very staccato part, I really like that. Mixed with the bass line at the same time. Just very punchy sounding, I like it. This is definitely, it's very poppy, but it's also very straightforward. It reminds me of straightforward rock, guitar-led songs and stuff. Once again, very Gorillaz. I was not expecting a fire rap verse. This is just smooth, man. A lot of people are disappointed in this album, but I'm about halfway through and I'm loving it so far. Tyler Joseph is vibing. Definitely a little more, I don't know. I don't feel like a Tyler Joseph of the Trench era would say vibing, but hey, I don't hate this. Very, it's very 80s and very Gorillaz. A lot of this album has been very 80s, actually. Yeah, once again, that song was just fun. I liked the grooves, I liked the bass line, I really liked the staccato up and down was very punchy. The rap verse that was just dropped there. It feels like 21 Pilots, but a very, I don't want to say watered down, maybe watered down. 21 Pilots, but like diluted by like an 80s inspiration, maybe a bit of like a Gorillaz inspiration and some pop. That's what I'm really feeling on this album, and that song particularly, with some of the vibes and some of the grooves. But I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give The Outside the green folder. I mean, lyrics haven't been super deep so far, but I don't think this is supposed to be a super deep record. The deepness and darkness, that was all expelled on Trench, you know? Tyler got it out. Saturday I have heard as well. I didn't do a reaction to it. But context is important, so let's see. I thought it was rather boring at first. To me, this just kind of sounds like a watered-down version of Level of Concern. And Level of Concern's amazing, but this song's just kind of meh. I like the organs. It's definitely groovy. I'll be honest, the song kind of killed my hype for this album just a little bit. I'm bopping to it right now. Saturday very much was not a good song to release as a single, in my opinion. It's kind of bland for a single, doesn't tease much, and lowers expectations, but as an album cut, in context of the album, as just another kind of banger, and a long line of sunny bangers that are better than it, it's not terrible. Still a little unremarkable, though. So that was Saturday, a song I have heard before, and I think overall it's very unremarkable, definitely the weakest song so far. I don't think it's bad by any means, but some of these other songs are pretty good, like compared to like Good Day, Choker, Shy Away, and The Outside. All songs I really enjoyed. This one was just kind of meh, and I thought it was pretty unremarkable the first time I heard it. Well, I didn't like it at all the first time I heard it. This time, I do think it's enjoyable. I think it's a bop, at least, like it's fun. But it's just pretty unremarkable in every way. It just sounds like a watered-down Level of Concern. So I'm going to give it the black folder for meh, but a light one, because it's still pretty enjoyable. And the grooves were nice, just nothing too remarkable at all about it. Anyway, next track, Never Take It. Let's do it, boys. This is a short album. Ooh, sound a little darker so far. I like it. Some of the guitar, and I like that guitar. This is new wave as fuck. It's making me feel very nostalgic. Definitely inspired by like the 80s. Oh, the electric guitar is so cool hearing it on a 21 Pilots song. And, I mean, maybe it won't be as cool later on, but right now it's like something new. And it's a new direction for the band. And say what you want, they could have made Trench 2. They could have. I mean, Trench really was just Blurryface, but better. And they could have just made another Trench. They could have been another Blurryface. But they decided to go in a different direction, and I have mad respect for that. Because Trench was a pretty beloved album by people who would usually hate 21 Pilots. The fans and the critics both loved it. But I like this new sound, it's fun. And I have respect for Tyler Joseph and Josh Dunn for trying something new and following a sound they want to try. And it rocks. A little bit of that screaming, some Tyler sass. Did you just call the TV the tube? Tyler, I know you're a dad now, but you're not 80. Oh my god. I'm gonna watch the tube. I'm your grandpa. Those, like, group vocals, they remind me of Gorillaz as well. Lots of 80s vibes, lots of Gorillaz vibes, lots of new wave vibes. I like it though. I love new wave. I love Gorillaz. 80s can be hit or miss, but I do want to say it's definitely not blowing me away as much as Trench did the first day I heard that album. I still remember hearing Trench for the first time in this room. I got my CD from the pre-order. I still have that hoodie I wear. That's where that flag came from. When I put it in my CD player, that's from the record player, and put it in. And hearing Morph for the first time blew my mind. And there hasn't been a moment like that on this album. There hasn't been a moment like Morph, or Cut My Lip, or Pet Cheetah, or Bandito, or Leave the City. There's been nothing that's blown my mind to the level of what 21 Pilots has done before. But it's still really enjoyable. It's pretty fun. It's fun music, and it's not as dark, and it's not as serious. It's just a fun, poppy album, but 21 Pilots are still good at what they do. Tyler Joseph, even if he's not writing these, super complex and dark songs about anxiety and religion and creating entire worlds and concepts and stuff, he's still a good songwriter, and they still know basic pop sensibilities. They know how to make a song sound really good, and if I'm gonna have a great pop album, I'd rather have a great pop album from a great band than a mediocre one coming from a mediocre band, If they're gonna make pop music, at least they're doing it right. That's all I have to say. They're still great songwriters, they still are talented musicians, and I think all of that is coming through very strongly on this album, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm going to give Never Take It the green folder, but a very light one. I enjoyed it. It was fun, but once again, it is a little unremarkable, not as unremarkable as Saturday. But the second half of this album, we're 2 songs into the second half, and I really hope it doesn't get stale, because it is just a little bit. Who knows? We'll see. Mulberry Street. Let's do this. Alright. Elton John on this one. Elton John, more of that Billy Joel style. I'm getting Elton, Billy Joel, maybe a little bit of Bowie in that guitar. Or piano, sorry. Very much, almost a song. Those pianos remind me of almost Tranquility Base Hotel Casino, which is now I'm very inspired by people like Bowie and Joel. And these pianos sound fucking amazing. It's just like so chill and like just a mellow vibe out song. That's one of my favorites so far for sure. It just sounds amazing. Everybody relies on synthetic highs. Huh. Everybody relies on synthetic highs. Huh. It's true. People trying to escape their emotions and the truth by doing all these things, trying to distract yourself instead of actually facing what you need to face. That's, a little bit of hidden 21 Pilots there. Kind of harkens back to some of the older stuff. Not quite as much, but it's still there a little bit. I love when songs like this strip back for a bit. Yeah, I like that. And I like the chattering because it really makes it sound like they're just like chilling out in a lounge or something, playing for some people, or sitting there and watching them, you know? And ooh, some trumpets? Okay. That's new. Actually, I think there's brass back on regional at best, but pretend like I said nothing. I feel like a lot of these songs sound really good live. This is really unlike anything 21 Pilots has ever made before, and I respect that. This is a very new direction for the band, being so poppy and light and full of sunshine. But it's good. The melodies are so sunny and great and fun. The instrumentation is great. The production is awesome on this album. It's produced wonderfully, so it sounds great on the ears. I haven't had any problems with the mixing or mastering or anything so far. I mean, cross your fingers, we've got 4 tracks left, but... Yeah, Mulberry Street is really good. I'm gonna give that the green folder. I mean, this album's really not throwing too many surprises in it, but I liked that there was some surprises, like the horns here. I don't think we've heard that yet on this album, so it's still pulling out some stuff new. Maybe not switching up the formula drastically, but it's something to be like, oh, okay, at least you're not going to just bore us the second half with what you did in the first half. I really liked a lot of that song. I liked the really kind of like fun and airy pianos, reminding me a lot of, like I said, Elton John and Billy Joel and that newest Arctic Monkeys album, and of course David Bowie. I really felt that on there. And I can really feel the inspiration from like the late 70s, early 80s, kind of AM pop almost, and that vibe. A lot of new wave as well, and I just like where this is going so far. And I think they really nailed that kind of chill, kind of loungy vibe, you know, just hanging out in a club, not even a club, hanging out in like a nice bar or restaurant with some friends on like a sunny day. That's the vibe I got from Mulberry Street, and I think they really nailed it. So let's go on to Formidable. I like these guitars. Once again, very 80s though. Very Cure-esque here. This reminds me a lot of The Cure. Like, this sounds like Friday I'm in Love so much. Kind of jangly. Some acoustic guitars. And this sounds so much like Friday I'm in Love. I'm sorry. I am enjoying this song. I do like the song so far. But I think it uncannily sounds like The Cure's Friday I'm in Love, which is an amazing song if you've never heard it, but... And I'm not necessarily sure whether this is intentional or if the song's just kind of basic. I don't know. It still sounds pretty good, though. Let's hope something happens in this song to kind of... It's Friday, I'm in love. Saturday can wait. But Sunday never comes too late. But Friday never hesitates. I don't care if Monday's black. Tuesday, Wednesday, heart attack. Thursday, never looking back. It's Friday, I'm in love. I don't know if it's just because the song is basic or if they were going for that vibe. I think it sounds good. It's Friday, I'm in love. Right there! Boom! That's all the evidence you need. This song is a phony! It's Friday, I'm in love. I can't unhear it now. Oh my god. very, very lightly, because I think a lot of the songs still sounded good. It sounded good, but Lord, it was so basic. It was just a rip-off of Friday I'm in Love by The Cure, and that's all I can hear, and now I can't unhear it. And I don't know if they were purposely going for that, or if it's just the song was so basic that that's what we got. But I'm going to give Formidable the red. Hopefully the only track I'll be giving the red. There are 3 tracks so far. I don't know. I just thought it was very basic, and just very much sounded like so many other things. And I'd much rather go listen to Wish, anything off of Wish, than this song. I mean, not to, drag the song through the mud too much, I still think it was enjoyable, but a song as iconic as Friday I'm in Love, or an album so amazing like Wish, to kind of... You gotta be doing really good if you're gonna get that, try and be basic and kind of rip that off. You gotta do better. Anyway, let's continue. Bounce Man. Bounce Man, bounce man, bounce man, now you're up to something. This sounds like AJR. A better produced AJR, but it sounds like something they would make. I don't like the bounciness of the song. It feels very corny and very hokey, and like it's really trying to push like a positive vibe on us. This is like the shit I hate about pop music. I don't even know if I want to listen to the rest of this song. Dude, this sounds so cheesy. It sounds like something AJR would write. Dude, I think AJR at their best is better than this song. I'd rather listen to like Sober Up, or Christmas in June, or Pitchfork Kids, or Woody Allen, anything off of Living Room, really. Spoiler alert for Living Room Part 2, by the way. Tyler Joseph, Tyler Joseph, Tyler Joseph. You're better than this, my lord. You make... This song makes Formidable sound like Fall Away. There aren't many 21 Pilots songs I don't like and would skip. Very, very few. There's We Don't Believe What's on TV, the regional at best version of Trees, Forest, and probably Before You Start Your Day. Like the very few 21 Pilots songs I'd definitely skip every time I heard them. This is one of them. This part right here sounds like something Jack Met would write. It sounds like it's ripped off like an AJR album. What the fuck? AJR is the one that rips off 21 Pilots. It's not the other way around, Tyler Joseph. No. No, that ain't it, Tyler. This is a strong red. That ain't it. Strong red. Like my Weezer t-shirt. Except Weezer would never make sense. Never mind. I can't stop partying. Anyway, that was bad. That sounded like something AJR would write. It was so cringeworthy. How, bouncy and fun. Be fun. Have a good time with this song. Pushing it down your throat. It's like pushing positivity down your throat. It makes me sick. But yeah, it sounded really cheesy, very corny and hokey, and I wasn't here for it. But, I've only disliked 2 tracks and thought one was meh. So far this album's been pretty good. Like I said, it's not blowing my mind, but enjoyable. The next track, the penultimate track, No Chances. Okay, the electronics are sounding a little darker here. Ooh, do something different. It's sounding darker so far. Oh yeah. It's way darker than anything we've heard on the album. At least sonically. Fairly local vibes. Blurry face vibes here.
In this house we got feng shui. Get the door to blow you away. Flamethrower, you a switchblade. Feet planted on grip tape with my shoulders squared and my back straight. Got a good bass and a loose tongue. Notorious in the octagon now.
I like that this takes a different direction from the rest of the album. It's throwing surprises. And it doesn't feel uncohesive either, because it's still a lot of the same musical makeup. Your synths, your guitars, your bass, your drums. This is a Tyler Joseph flow. Second half of this track lost me a little bit. Wait. No, never mind. Well, yeah, the second half of this track, it dragged on a little too long. That being said, I don't think the song was long at all, but I think it just dragged on a little too long. I enjoyed the first half, though, and I liked that it took a bit of a different direction from the rest of the album. It got a little darker. Like, oh, that was a smooth transition. I'll give Redecorate. I'll give it the green, but once again, very lightly. I think the first half was really great. I like how it took on a darker direction, and Tyler kind of went back to his old ways of, like, rapping and stuff. Very, very blurry face era rapping. Yeah, second half lost me a little bit. It didn't need to do all that stuff at the end there, with, like, an instrumental piece. But my laptop's dying, and I want to get this over with, so... Final track, Redecorate. Ooh, this song's vibey again. Ooh. Yes, the vibes on this song are immaculate. Getting that Gorillaz-y feel again. A little more trenchy. This is what I expect from 21 Pilots. A sound like this. It's just a lot more vibey than usual, but the rapping is really bringing me back. Chorus is very weak on this song, but I am enjoying the verses. I like this part. It's cool sounding. So my speaker decided at the very last second it would die just because it hates me. So anyway, I'm gonna finish this with my tablet right up here next to the mic. So.
Created fantasies, fairly sedated. Most days of the week you might have made it if you lived on a different street. I repeat, scaled back and isolated. He says he likes an open schedule, but he mostly
scaled back and isolated, scaled and isolated. Nice, Tyler. I remember there was once a time where Clicky was very intense, and that if you said anything bad about 21 Pilots, you would get absolutely destroyed. What is the big 21 Pilots fan? I don't know. I don't think the fan base is nearly as bad as it used to be. There are much worse fan bases now. Let's Redecorate. I'm gonna give that the green, but once again, very lightly. I really liked the verses and the sound of the song, the vibes. The verses were great, Tyler rapping, just like the old days. But the chorus was just bad. It was so unremarkable. And now, time to give my thoughts on the album. As a long-time 21 Pilots fan, it's been a couple years at this point. I don't want to say I'm disappointed by this album, because I got what I expected. It was a pop album, and that is fine. I am 100% okay with Tyler Joseph and Josh Dun going in a different direction. Trench was an amazing album. I wouldn't want another Trench. Just like I didn't want another Vessel. And I didn't get another Vessel. I got Blurryface. And then I got Trench. And 21 Pilots has two near-perfect albums, Vessel and Trench. With Blurryface and self-titled being very good, and regional at best being a little more spotty but still enjoyable. And I think this is a solid entry in their discography. Yeah, it's good! It's a decent, not even decent, it's a good pop album. Tyler Joseph is in a better spot in his life. He's happier than when he was when he wrote Trench, and a lot of the darkness and anxieties were kind of expelled after he got it all out on Trench. And of course it's still there, but he's got a kid. He's married now. I think he even has another kid on the way. Josh Dunn is getting married to Debbie Ryan soon. They're in brighter, better places in their lives, and their music reflects that, and I think they do a pretty damn job of this kind of throwback pop sound. You can hear a lot of influences from Billy Joel to David Bowie and Elton John. I also hear the influences of, like, a lot of new wave and some of the Gorillaz, but we still have that 21 Pilots there at the core. I think you can still hear it kind of bleed through on moments like Shy Away and some parts of, like, Redecorate and No Chances, or Band of Choker. And overall, I think it was a pretty good pop album. I do think by the first half they had showed us all they had with this new sound. The second half was a little boring compared to the first half, but I really enjoyed that first half. I mean, Bounce Man was garbage, Formidable wasn't very good, but Mulberry Street was a lot of fun in the second half. Saturday was pretty forgettable, but Never Take It was cool. Redecorate and No Chances were both good, but maybe a little bland. The first half of this album was great, though. Good Day is an amazing opener, followed by Choker and Shy Away, great. And The Outside, these first couple of tracks are very good. And I think this album overall, it's probably the weakest 21 Pilots album, but I still liked it as a lifelong 21, not lifelong, but as a long-time 21 Pilots fan. So, yeah. I don't want to say it disappointed me, because I knew this is along the lines of what I was going to get. And that's okay. Not every band needs to put out an album, you know, like Trench every time. You can't always drop a masterpiece, you know? Sure, Radiohead put out, you know, like, OK Computer than Kid A, but then we got Amnesiac. And Amnesiac is still really good. It's just not as good as OK Computer and Kid A. You know, that's going to happen. We got Vessel and then Trench with Blurryface in the middle. And Blurryface is a pretty excellent album, in my opinion. And Trench and Vessel are amazing. So after a pretty solid run of 3 pretty amazing albums, some of the best albums of the 2010s, in my opinion, you know, they're not going to put out so many amazing albums in a row. But it's still a good album. It's still fun. It's still very enjoyable. Tyler's still a good lyricist and a good songwriter and a good vocalist and a decent rapper. I think the synthesizers here sound great. The production is so good. These songs sound good to the ear. I'd never had a problem with mixing or mastering or how anything sounded. And Josh sounds great behind the kit, as always. There you go. It's a good album. It's not great. It's not amazing. It's not bad. It's good. It's a good album. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I got the whole album in one video. Hopefully it won't be as long as it is now. But thank you for watching. Tune in for part 2 of the living room reaction. And subscribe. See you all next time.